the universe, the place where time, matter, and light were born. And our story began 13.8 billion years ago. Back then, there were no stars, no galaxies, no planets, not even space itself as we know it. Everything was unimaginably small, hot, and dense. Then, space itself began to expand. We call this the Big Bang, but it wasn't an explosion. It was space expanding everywhere at once. At first, there was only energy. As the universe expanded, it cooled, and energy turned into matter. First came the fundamental particles. Then protons and neutrons formed. Within the first few minutes, these particles combined to create the first atomic nuclei. Most of the universe was hydrogen, and the rest was mostly helium. There were still no stars, only vast clouds of gas drifting in the darkness. Hundreds of millions of years later, gravity took control. Matter wasn't spread out perfectly. Some regions were slightly denser than others. These tiny differences grew over time. Enormous gas clouds collapsed under their own gravity. They compressed, heated up, and pressure built in their cores. And finally, the first stars were born. These stars were the universe's first lights. Inside them, nuclear fusion began. Hydrogen turned into helium, releasing energy. But stars were also element factories. Carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, silicon, and iron were forged for the first time in their cores. Massive stars ended their lives in supernova explosions, scattering these elements into space. About 13.6 billion years ago, one of these star-forming regions grew and merged into a massive galaxy. The Milky Way. At first, it was chaotic. It collided with smaller galaxies, swallowed them, and changed shape. After billions of years of cosmic mergers, a majestic spiral galaxy emerged. At its center lies a supermassive black hole, millions of times more massive than our Sun. Around it, hundreds of billions of stars orbit. In one ordinary region of the Milky Way's Orion Arm, about 4.6 billion years ago, a giant cloud of gas and dust began to collapse. Perhaps a nearby supernova shockwave triggered this collapse. As the cloud shrank, it began to spin and flattened into a disk. Matter gathered at the center. Pressure and temperature rose, and eventually, nuclear fusion ignited. A star was born, the Sun. Around the newborn Sun was a vast disk of gas and dust. The planets formed from this disk. Dust grains collided, stuck together, and grew. Millimeter-sized bits became pebbles, then rocks, then mountain-sized bodies. Over time, these objects grew into protoplanets, which collided and merged to form full-sized planets. Close to the Sun, it was too hot for gases to remain. So rock and metal dominated the inner region, forming Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Farther out, temperatures were lower. Ices and gases could condense. Massive cores formed and pulled in hydrogen and helium, creating gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn, and ice giants like Uranus and Neptune. Jupiter's huge gravity shaped the architecture of the solar system, flinging many small bodies outward and sending others toward the inner planets. This caused a period of intense asteroid bombardment. Earth was heavily struck during this time. The Sun does more than shine. It constantly releases charged particles known as the solar wind. The solar wind forms a giant bubble around the solar system called the heliosphere. This bubble deflects many high-energy cosmic rays from interstellar space, helping protect the inner planets. Around 4.54 billion years ago, rock and metal fragments combined about 150 million kilometers from the Sun, forming the young Earth. But this was not the blue world we know today. Its surface was covered in molten rock. Huge asteroids struck frequently. Its atmosphere was made of carbon dioxide, water vapor, methane, and ammonia. This time is known as the Hadean Eon, a truly hellish world. Back then, a day on Earth lasted only about 6 hours. But that was about to change. A Mars-sized body called Theia collided with the young Earth. The impact was so violent that part of Earth's outer layers was blasted into space. This debris formed a disk around Earth and eventually came together to form the Moon. The Moon stabilized Earth's axial tilt and helped slow its rotation, lengthening our days. It also created tides, stirring the oceans and possibly helping life begin. Then came intense meteor showers. Some of these space rocks carried water. Over millions of years, these impacts helped fill Earth with water. As Earth cooled, its molten surface solidified. The first crust formed. Volcanoes erupted everywhere, releasing vast amounts of gas, especially water vapor. As the atmosphere thickened, the planet cooled, and water vapor condensed into rain. It rained for millions of years, filling low areas and forming the first oceans. Inside Earth, molten iron and nickel continued to move. This motion created a dynamo effect, generating a powerful magnetic field. This magnetic field formed the magnetosphere, which deflected the solar wind and protected the atmosphere and surface. Without it, Earth might have become dry and barren like Mars. Now there were oceans, energy sources, and rich chemical diversity. Around 3.5 billion years ago, the first signs of life appeared. Microscopic, single-celled organisms. They likely emerged in chemically rich environments, such as around deep-sea hydrothermal vents. Some of these organisms developed photosynthesis, using sunlight to produce energy and releasing oxygen as a byproduct. At first, this oxygen reacted with dissolved iron in the oceans. The iron oxidized and sank to the seafloor. Today's banded iron formations are evidence of this time. Once the iron was used up, oxygen began accumulating in the atmosphere. Methane, a powerful greenhouse gas, had been keeping Earth warm. But oxygen broke methane apart, weakening the greenhouse effect and cooling the planet. Around 2.4 billion years ago, the Great Oxygenation Event occurred. For many early organisms, oxygen was toxic. Only those that adapted or hid in oxygen-free environments survived. With less methane, Earth entered a global ice age. Ice reflected sunlight, causing further cooling. But Earth's interior was still hot. Volcanoes kept releasing carbon dioxide. Over millions of years, CO2 built up, creating a strong greenhouse effect. The planet warmed again. Ice melted. Darker surfaces absorbed more heat, and warming accelerated. Some atmospheric oxygen, interacting with ultraviolet sunlight, formed the ozone layer. The ozone layer blocked harmful radiation from the sun. Now, life could begin to move beyond the oceans and onto land. And so, Earth was no longer just a silent sphere of rock. Life gave this planet motion, color, and meaning. This was the beginning of an extraordinary journey. And this story is the story of all of us.